puts the head down.
It's a top-of-the-table clash at Perth High Performance Centre tonight, where the undefeated Lynx take on the Townsville Fire on the rebound from a disappointing loss to Southside on Friday. These two sides have played in the last two semi-final series, and it's a big opportunity for early season bragging rights tonight. Jess Webster with you alongside two of the best who have done it in the WNBL competition. I start with two-time champion and former Flyers captain Beck Cole. Beck, welcome to Tuesday Night Hoops.
Thank you. I cannot wait for tonight's game. We're going to have a thriller, and I think it's going to go down to the wire with a 40-minute game.
Next to you in the experts chair, former Opals captain and WNBL champion with the Boomers, Tess Madgen. Tess, we've got a treat for us tonight. What a game.
That intro video gave me goosebumps. I am hyped. I can't wait to see both of these great teams filled with talent go at it tonight.
Two arch rivals going head-to-head tonight. We cannot wait to see who comes out on top. Our courtside reporter tonight is Sarah Nakwama, and she caught up with Perth coach Ryan Petrick a few moments ago.
Ryan, the Perth Lynx have had a really strong start to the season. You're 3 games on the bounce. How is the group feeling heading into tonight?
Lucky, I guess. We've been surviving. I'm not sure we've been playing the prettiest basketball of all time, but we've found a way to get to 3-0, which we'll take.
Staying with that note of survival, you've had ins and outs with injuries, but your team is really digging deep to clinch these wins, and they're tight wins as well. What does that say about the Lynx right now? We've
got some depth. Obviously, we're using every ounce of it we've got right now, so it's been pleasing. But yeah, we'd like to get one with a few more points in the bank.
Well, hopefully tonight's that night. Looking at Townsville Fire, it's always a bit of a tight arm wrestle. What are you expecting tonight?
Kind of the usual. They're elite. They're coached by the best coach in the comp. They're top 1, top 2 every year. It goes around. They're the championship favourites this year for a reason. We're expecting nothing different.
It's going to be the juiciest of clashes. We're really looking forward tonight, so go well, and hopefully we can make it 4 on the bounce.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks to Sarah and Ryan down there. Well, Beck, let's take a look at Ali Wilson, who played her first game last week. A little bit of a slow start to her, but we know she's coming back from injury. Expecting a big one from her tonight?
We are. She showed up and showed out in her limited minutes. Still had 14 points on the board, and she brought that energy, that passion. She brings, again, that quickness and athleticism to this team, and they really get around her. So it was so great to see her on the floor with the Perth Lynx.
Well, one of the subplots too tonight is also the return of Mila Soa, who spent the last few seasons with Perth. She's in opposition colours tonight. She returns to face her old side, and she also caught up with Sarah a few moments ago.
Mila, it's so great to have you back here in Perth. This is obviously very familiar territory to you. What emotions do you have right now coming back to Perth, but in different colours?
Yeah, I know, it's a bit trippy feeling. Yeah, definitely went to a few of my favourite food spots and that, but yeah, just ready for the game. I know it's going to be a good one.
Looking at last Friday, it obviously slipped away from a Fire. What are you looking to fix tonight to try and clinch a result here against Perth Lynx, who are, dare I say, also informed?
Yes, I would say definitely just our defence and relentless effort. Like we watched back on film, and there's a few things to clean up, so we're definitely trying to put that in today and yeah, stop these guys rolling. Yeah.
Speaking of momentum, tonight you guys have a huge opportunity. You have a lot of familiarity with these players, not only because you've been in their environment, but because of 3-on-3 Kangaroos as well. You've had some teammates and the likes of Ali Wilson there. Do you feel like that familiarity gives you a bit of an edge tonight?
Yeah, I think it definitely, like, you know, we know each other's games and that, so it definitely helps with like the scout and everything. But yeah, no, and you know, like basketball, it is anyone's game, so yeah.
Well, on that note, we wish you all the best tonight and can't wait to see you rip in.
Oh, thank you. Can't wait.
Yeah, so
Okay. Great stuff. Thank you, Sarah and Mila. There she is. Looking forward to this contest tonight. Jess Webster, Beck Cole and Tess Madgen with you in commentary to take a look at the starting 5. Ali Wilson, who we mentioned, made her return last week for the Lynx. She comes into the starting 5 tonight. Townsville are unchanged from a starting 5 lineup. But Tess, who are you most looking forward to seeing tonight?
I can't wait to see Mila Soa take on her old team. She was held to 8 points, which most people would be happy with last game against Southside Melbourne Flyers, but playing against your old team, you always circle that one in the calendar, and I can't wait to watch her go to work tonight. And what great shout out from Ryan Petrick to his coach. He's coaching against Shannon Seabohm in that opening interview. It is going to be a battle of the coaches tonight as well, 2 very different playing styles. Shannon would not have been happy with how Townsville defended the 3-point line against Southside Melbourne Flyers, so I can't wait to see that adjustment tonight.
Well, the atmosphere is building at the Perth High Performance Centre. Let's check in courtside. 4-time Super W champion and Wallaroo star Sarah Nakwama is with us tonight. Hello, Sarah.
hi Jess, hi crew. It is so great to be back on tonight, and we keep talking about this 1v2 showdown, and it certainly is going to live up to the expectation. I was watching the Lynx in particular through our warm-up, and I'm not a basketballer by trade, but the high fives, the constant smiles on their face shows that this group is really connected. They've had really gritty wins, and Tess, I have to disagree with you. I don't think that the Fire are going to upset them tonight. I think Lynx will notch their fourth straight win, I should say, tonight here at Perth High Performance Centre.
Love that from you, Sarah. Looking forward to your contributions tonight as well. So here we go. It's the top of the table blockbuster on Tuesday Night Hoops. The undefeated Perth taking on last year's runner-up, the Townsville Fire, and we are underway. And it will be Abby Ellis and the Fire with first possession. Obviously had that blistering start to her campaign, 31 points in round one, just the 2 points and 5 rebounds last week for Abby Ellis, and we get our first points on the board, and it's Mila Soa against her old side.
I love how Shannon drew that play up for Mila to go to work against her old team, get those nerves straight out the way, and great take by Mila against Brianna Turner's amazing shot blocker.
Beck, I love what Ryan Petrick had to say in his pre-game interview. He said Townsville are the championship contenders. His side's undefeated. Is that a bit of mind games, do you reckon?
No, I just think, Ryan, he respects the competition. These two teams have been going at it for seasons upon seasons in semi-finals, prelims, and it's just a credit and a testament to what both coaches in Ryan Petrick and Shannon Seaborn do with their teams, and they're just so talented.
Ali Wilson as well tonight notches up game number 250. It's her second game of the season, so a massive milestone for Ali Wilson. Of course, made her WNBL debut back in 2010 as we see Soa knock down a triple. She's had a bright start against her old side.
250 games is very significant in the WNBL as well. That gives her life membership. So outstanding achievement for Ali Wilson.
Absolutely. 2 titles of Townsville and Sydney, 2014 Rookie of the Year. So congratulations to Ali Wilson. Here she is, feeding it out into the corner for Graham. Can't get it to go down. So this is just the start that the Fire would want in enemy territory. Get another look. Courtney Woods. Off to Fowler. It's no good as the Lynx look to settle. Kaylee working hard. And another opportunity gone missing.
And they love to run in offensive transition, but the Fire did a good job of hands up, clogging the paint and making that shot tough for Annalie Maley.
Here's Fowler. Feet set, wide open, and another goes down.
Townsville Fire are shooting the 3-ball at 45%, and Perth Lynx have already given them 4 open looks from the 3-point line. They're going to need to defend that 3-point line a lot better to get the win tonight.
What a start this has been to Townsville. 8-0. Where are the first points going to come from Perth? And there they are.
And Tegan Graham has really just been able to step up into that starting role with plays coming back. She had a great half of defense against Loz Nicholson, really making her life difficult. So I wonder if we see that lady there, Mila Soa, get going, if Graham will have a turn on her to try shut her down.
5 points already for Soa. That 3 attempt just comes up a little short.
That was much better, D, from Amy Atwell on the 3-point line there, forcing a contested 3 from Mila Soa.
How have you seen her season so far, Tess, Amy Atwell?
I'm the biggest Amy Atwell fan. Oh, right on cue. Commentator's curse. I'm the biggest Amy Atwell fan. She's the most tremendous teammate. She deserves the accolade of the best 3-point shooter in the league. You know, she's coming off that knee injury. It was always going to be a slow start, but I think she started the season really well. She looks in great shape, and she's just going to get better and better.
And her confidence hasn't slipped. That's what I love. As a shooter, you have to keep putting those shots up, knowing the next one's going in. And I love her mentality coming into this season.
Fire 8-2. Good start to them as they continue this road trip to start WNBL26. This their 4th game away. One more game away against Geelong next week before they return home to face Adelaide in round 5. Goes Ali Wilson. Game number 250 tonight, and she gets her first points.
Talking about coming off a knee injury, she has not missed a beat. She looks as fast, explosive as ever.
It's her first game last week since the Asia Cup tournament during the year. Atwell. Handing it off to Turner. She's been in fine form too. Up and in for Graham. So the Lynx have steady. Woods, nice reverse.
What a smooth move by Woods. Just got her with an onside and a hezzy, straight to the basket, and then going down the other end, getting fingertips, which Fire definitely need in transition, because we saw Perth against the Venom, whether it's a missed shot or a made shot, they're wanting to push the ball as quick as possible.
Graham again. Can't get the same result. Townsville 2-1 to start the season. Woods from top of the arc. Comes up short. It's kept alive by Soa, who's in fine form. She knows this part of the world pretty well. That one rattles out. But she follows up at the defensive end as Mila Soa. Here's Woods. Back to Soa. Finds her way through. That was a beautiful move.
She's feeling right at home. She feels like she's never left. She's just playing in new colours. But I love this momentum that she's bringing. And like you said earlier, Tess, for Shannon Seabohm to draw her a play to get her going, feeling confident, was definitely the right play. 7
points already as Bree Turner gets a nice underway. Gets her night underway. Get my words out eventually. Good start to this contest. Thanks for your company wherever you're watching as Soa feeds Froling. Can't get it to go.
It's been an up-tempo start to the game, hasn't it, Beck? There's only been one foul call, so one stoppage in play. The players are looking a little bit gassed.
Big opportunity for early season bragging rights between these two sides. Ali Wilson. It's going to be a turnover. Ali Wilson joins the 250 club tonight.
The Perth Lynx have to be happy, sorry, the Townsville Fire have to be happy with their defence. They've caused 2 offensive fouls on Amy Atwell and Alex Wilson, so it shows they're getting up in their grill, in their space, and they're forcing them to shove them off with that arm extension. So great job on the defensive end by the Fire.
And they're also only getting one shot. Oh, Lucy Olsen just checked into the game, first touch, whacks in the 3, taking off right where she left off on Friday night.
22 points and 5 assists in their loss to the Flyers on Friday night. Lucy Olsen with a hot hand early. Townsville by 7. And Morris gets it done.
And she's been so good, Morris, just as a big inside presence, but on both ends of the floor.
Good ball movement from the Fire, and Cox knocks it down. This is an impressive start from the Fire.
They are really on fire, pun intended. But yeah, like I said earlier, Perth Lynx need to do a much better job of defending that 3-point line.
Bailey from long range, got it. Averaging the 12 points and 12 rebounds per game so far, Annalie Maley. Woods is denied.
And that's why Morris is leading the league with 3 blocks a game so far. She is a monster inside.
Graham's off target. They win it back. Maley wide open. Also can't get it done. Soa goes again. 7 points already, and she's not done with yet. 9 points. Tamila Soa gets her old side tonight.
Soa's first step has been really quick tonight. She's getting past defenders, and all she needs is a sneaky up fake because she's such a good shooter.
A couple of bites at it from the Lynx, but another stop to the Fire. They're up by 7. Olsen. There's a foul. So we take a look on the Amy replay. So we see this triple go down from Lauren Cox.
Just excellent ball movement from Townsville Fire there, always looking to make the extra pass. And of course, it's Alex Fowler doing that. She's just missed versatility. She does everything on both ends of the floor to make her team better.
2 minutes to play. High-octane start to this one. It's Townsville in enemy territory. So far with a handy 7-point lead. Shot clock ticking down. Maley has to put it up. Can't find the finish. But it's slapped back into the path of Gorman. Now they go inside to Maley. Gets the N1.
Maley's had a great start to this game. I'm not surprised. She works so hard every single game, but it's great to see those early shots going in, isn't it, Beck?
It really is. She does it on both ends as well. We know she's just known for her hustle after hustle. You don't want to be playing her because rebounding the ball is hard enough as it is, let alone on Annalee Maley. And that's why she's leading the league in rebounds. But she just does what she can for her team to get the win.
Well, the WNBL26 season is officially underway. Cox with another triple. Expect to see world-class athletes like Lauren Cox, fierce rivalries and some truly epic basketball. Get all your WNBL news, info and tickets at WNBL.com.au. Let's get the QR code on your screen now.
Lauren Cox has had a little bit of a slow start to the season, Beck, coming off that ankle injury during pre-season, but it's great to see her hitting her form here early in this game.
It is, and with some threes as well. She hasn't been doing it inside. Again, it builds the confidence, like you said, Tess. And she was a crucial part to the Fire last season. So once she can get going, build that momentum and confidence, again, another addition to Fire. To who do you guard and how?
She won the WNBL Defensive Player of the Year last year, Lauren Cox, but she's averaging the 4.3 points per game so far this season. She's already up to 6. Right start to her and the Fire. Again, the Lynx are under pressure, and again, they turn it over.
And credit to Fire's defense. Again, they're up, they're in, they're making the pick and roll offense for the Lynx really, really hard. And again, causing another offensive foul for the Lynx. So that is what they worked on defense. You said it earlier, Tess.
100%. We knew they were going to come out firing on the defensive end. Shannon is so meticulous on his defensive game plan. And so obviously he's put together a really good plan to defend the Perth Lynx.
The pre-game tip is looking good already, Tess. Still plenty more basketball to be played tonight. Lauren Cox, yeah, she gets another one.
Heat check, give her the ball. Cox is on fire. Pun intended, Tess.
3 from 3 from outside the arc for Lauren Cox. 10 points is the Fire's lead. They have come out with a point to prove tonight.
Beck, she's shot 3 from 3 now. Whoever's guarding her has to close her out and make her put it on the floor. They can't just stand in the keyway and keep daring her to shoot the 3.
They can't, and maybe that comes from, do you have to now change the pick and roll defense when Cox is the one setting the screen? That's probably something they'll talk about at quarter time.
Amy Atwell, off to Morris. Is it back to Atwell? Step back 3, can't get it to go. She just hasn't quite found her range. Into the final 20 seconds. Ellis, can she get her game going? She wants to give it back to Olsen. A late chance here to the Lynx. Wilson takes it down the floor. They can set up a play from here. Wilson decides to go herself. She gets fouled. So a late chance here in the opening quarter for some points to Perth. And start, 10 points the advantage to Townsville. And Wilson's at the line in game number 250. Oh.
And again, I just think Tess said it earlier, another big shout out to Ali Wilson to reach 250. It's a huge milestone. She's gone through injuries. She came back. She's with the 3x3 Kangaroos, the Australian Opals. So it's testament to her hard work and resilience.
Certainly is. At quarter time here at the Perth High Performance Centre. A bright start indeed to the Townsville Fire. They lead the Perth Lynx 26-17. What a start. Plenty more to come. We've got the second quarter after the break.
Give it up for the Perth Airport dancers. nicely done, guys. We'll have to figure out which one wins. Second quarter about to get underway. We will have a couple of prizes here and there as well.
Welcome back to the Perth High Performance Centre. While the Townsville Fire had their undefeated run come to an end on Friday night, and they're keen for Perth to suffer the same fate because at quarter time they have opened up a 26-17 lead in enemy turf. Lauren Cox was on fire in that opening term. 3 from 3 from deep. As we get the second quarter underway, Jess Webster with you alongside a couple of WNBL champions, Beck Cole and Tess Madgen in commentary tonight. Beck and Tess, what a start from the Fire in that opening quarter.
It's been amazing. A big reason why they're 26 points right now is because not only Cox, but the team is 50% from the three-point line. Perth are going to have to shut that down, get longer closeouts if they want to chip away at this.
Courtside for us tonight, soaking up the atmosphere, Sarah Naquama. Sarah, what did you learn at quarter time?
Cheers, Jess. I was able to put my ear towards the Perth Lynx huddle, and Annalie made it very personal to Yamai Morris, requesting her to really impose her physicality and her size to really try and block out Fire, who have been firing quite literally on all cylinders.
We're not done with our puns tonight. Thank you, Sarah.
No, we're not.
We'll keep them going. If Townsville can keep up this amazing form, here's Olsen for 2. Froling with the O board. Back to Cox. She's got the hot hand from outside the arc. That one rattles out. Perth get a look in the corner, and it goes down.
Excellent transition offense from the Perth Lynx. Started on the defensive end, got the rebound and pushed it from Annalie Maley.
Tegan Graham bursts onto the New Zealand scene as a 17-year-old in her first WNBL season. It's a valuable triple to start the second quarter.
And Annalie Maley really did it all in that first quarter. She had 6 points and she already has 5 rebounds. So she might be on triple-double watch tonight, Beck.
We love a triple-double watch here. The girls are just getting more talented, not only at scoring, rebounding, you name it. We had Woods the other game on triple-double watch. So there's just so many good matchups, and this is what's so good about the WNBL. Not only the Australian talent, but the imports that we're also getting in. So again, it's a new era, we have new faces, and it's an amazing to be a part of.
Courtney Woods, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 14 assists in their 35-point win against the Caps. They put her on the bench late in that game, so I hope Ryan Petrick doesn't do the same to Annalie if she gets close to a triple-double.
They're definitely defending that three-point line a lot better in this second quarter, as we just saw. Nice finish there from Brianna Turner. As we saw everyone close out their player hard, and then Amy Atwell eventually blocked the three-point shot.
And close to within 4 have the Lynx. Townsville's time to respond here. Olsen with ball in, Ellis rather with ball in hand, decides to go herself. Now looking for support. Froling has coughed it up. So they have lifted here in the second quarter. Maley into the corner for Graham. Now Atwell, she goes for it. Again, can't get the job done. A reset to Ali Wilson. Now she fires from long range. Same result. Courtney Woods running downhill and gets the contact.
And you can tell both teams are tied with such quick turnarounds. Woods got that steal, but she was the only one running. She beat all of her teammates. Again, a great move, crossover, finishing at the basket. She's so good at getting to the line. But it might be who can remain, not the fittest, but who has that extra edge as the game goes on to do those 1% of plays.
How tough is it to play 2 games in a weekend?
It's hard, and these 2 teams have to travel the furthest. That's more of it, is the travel that adds to your body, your sleep, different time zones. But as an athlete, there's no excuses. You go out there to perform, whether you're tired, you're a little bit injured, whatever it is, you're on there, you're giving it your best shot.
Yeah, as a professional basketballer, we really do have the best job in the world. So I know as I got older, I would definitely rather be playing than training, because when you're playing lots of games, you're training a lot less.
So both these sides playing 2 games this round. Perth looking to stay undefeated. Did you expect Perth to be the only undefeated side at this point of the season?
No, I thought the Townsville Fire were definitely going to be the other team that were up there being undefeated. And that's why I cannot wait to see what we have, because this is a top-of-the-table clash and a rivalry that's now been really built over the last few seasons.
Lauren Cox, a start to her night tonight. 9 points. She knocked down her first 3 triples.
And that's her second foul, so she's going to want to be just a bit careful. She's had a cracker first half, so she just needs to, as we speak, a sub, give her a rest. You can't have her on 3 fouls.
And we didn't see very many fouls called in the first quarter, so the players really have to adjust here. Both teams already have 3 fouls, only 2 minutes into this second quarter.
Townsville by 6. They're led by 9 at quarter time. So Lynx making inroads so far in the second. That was sweet from Turner.
The Perth Lynx offensive execution has been much better to start this second quarter.
Averaging 12 points and 11 rebounds so far for Bree Turner, coming across from Adelaide.
And I think that offensive execution has largely stemmed from how much better they're playing on the defensive end back.
Definitely, they've come out in this second quarter, not giving the Fire as much space, room to create from their first option. They're making them do their second, third, or shoot it later in the shot clock.
They're just caught off guard a little bit in that opening quarter, Perth.
Sometimes, like we said with the travel, they've just played Geelong. They just need to get those legs under them.
So the Lynx are on a roll as you head to a timeout here in the second quarter with 7 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. Townsville 28, Perth 26. So an impressive response here from Perth in the second quarter. They trailed by 9 points at quarter time and they've got a little run on here. So some important messages Shannon Seabohm is going to relay to his players at the moment in this timeout.
Shannon is one of the best coaches. I think he would be really good at chess. I'm unsure. But if a team comes out and has a scheme, he calls a timeout and he knows exactly what to do to counter it. And as a player who's played against on the opposition teams, it is so annoying, Tess.
It is, and he does have such great timeout management. Whenever they need a timeout, he's always got one up his sleeve. So, like he said, I can't wait to see what he comes out with after this one.
Multiple championship coach for a reason, Shannon Seabohm.
Oh, the shake of the head, really. Love the Lynx merch. Yes.
So let's check out on the Amy replay this last play from the Perth Lynx. And they've got a roll on here in the second quarter.
You had your chance.
And they're starting to find their rhythm.
And just a great backdoor cut by Graham. And Willie has eyes on the back of her head, so she will find you if you've got good cuts and open space.
Perth have cut the margin to just 2. What have the Fire got in response? Abby Ellis works the baseline. Now Soa, who was on fire in that first quarter. Atwell. Drives hard. Oh, beautiful feed to Turner. We've got a level ball game here at the Perth High Performance Centre as we get courtside to Sarah.
Thanks, Jess. I was able to tune in to Shannon Seabohm's huddle, and his instructions were quite firm towards Townsville Fire. Perth have responded defensively, and so he wants them to be even more aggressive in their offensive attacking measures, just because the score is starting to tighten up, and Lynx have finally arrived to this game, dare I say.
Certainly have. We got a level ball game and a great contest unfolding on Tuesday Night Hoops. As Fowler gets it up and in for 2. So now you get the feeling Beck and Tess, both sides. Oh, as Ali Wilson makes a move. Both teams have now settled into Tuesday night hoops. Now I feel like it's almost like scores are level, or Townsville up by a couple, but now I feel like we can kind of reset a little bit, start to get going.
We haven't mentioned it tonight yet, but Alex Tubertoni's been Perth Lynx starting point guard, and I think that might have taken, you know, a whole quarter to get used to her not being out there being the floor general. We're so lucky to see Ali Wilson back and pick up those reins exactly where she left off last season. But it is a different look for the Perth Lynx. Now they're getting that flow going.
Here's your shot to win an official WNBL game ball signed by the WNBL team of your choice. Scan the QR code on your screen now to enter.
Just 1 point in it, Lynx fans.
Townsville by a point. Just over 6 minutes left in this opening half.
And how good will it be for the Lynx, Tess? Once you have Tubertoni and Wilson playing at the same time, no restricted minutes, and Wilson doing what she does best, getting in the lanes, going coast to coast, finishing for 2.
And they've still got a pretty handy recruit to come as well during the season, Perth Lynx.
I can't wait for Hanju to get here. The crowds are going to be insane. I can't wait to get out and watch one of their games as Ali Wilson gets a very well-deserved rest. I could harp on this all night, but it is phenomenal to see her come back in such fantastic form, and a huge credit to her and the amount of effort and work she would have put into her rehab.
Here's Courtney Woods. Perth now with their noses in front by a point. Fowler has Turner for company.
I feel like Fowler had space there to shoot the 3. She's such a great shooter. I feel like she had more time and space than she thought because she drove into the key. Once you've seen Turner and her hands up, it's so hard to shoot the ball over her. So I'd like to see her be just a little bit more selfish on plays like that.
Couldn't agree more, Ben. She is such a fantastic shooter, and I would love to see her shoot the ball more regardless of where she is on the floor.
Here's Graham wide open, and another one goes down. The Lynx are rising here in the second.
And hasn't she just been a great impact? Already 12 points. She's really been moving well off the ball.
So the Fire are the ones looking a little rattled at the moment. Olsen, shot clock ticking down. Perth ball. Only scored 4 points in the second quarter, the Fire.
Yeah, and it's all credit to the Perth Lynx defense. They're playing team defense now. They're not just trying to guard their player one-on-one. And that's allowing Brianna Turner to be in the keyway a little bit more and contest those shots at the ring.
Perth have doubled their quarter time tally so far in the second quarter. So wins for the Lynx against Adelaide, Sydney and Geelong by a point this round. What a thrilling victory that was. Townsville beat Bendigo and UC in their first couple of games, lost to the Flyers on Friday night. So we see Steph Gorman at the line. The lead continues to grow. From 9-point deficit at quarter time to a 6-point lead. They've turned it on Perth in front of their home fans. Woods draws contact.
And that's someone who I would be looking to go to when they're struggling to score. Get Courtney Woods the ball. You know something great's going to happen. She's going to make the right decision 99.999% of the time.
Fresh off 23 points against the Flyers. She was one of their best in their loss. Averaging a 16 so far this season.
And Townsville need to make sure that they're aggressive on the defensive end, but they are on 5 team fouls. So there's still 4.5 minutes left in the game. It's a lot of clock. So they need to be aggressive without fouling here.
So Morris handing it off to Gorman. Gives it to Maley. Needs to manufacture something. She lets it fly. It's no good. Woods off to Olsen. It's a foul.
And it's nice to see Steph Gorman in her second game back this season. after coming off an injury that prolonged in the off-season. But she's known for her defence. She really elevated her game last season, got more opportunities and was plugged into that starting lineup. So it'll be nice to see her just find her rhythm and get games under her belt.
She's also an excellent three-point shooter, so can't wait to see her find her form for the Perth Lynx as well.
Add it to the Lynx's list of three-point flamethrowers.
Perth by 2. Morris bounces off the rim. Bailey couldn't trap it. There goes Miller-Soa. 9 points already for her tonight against a former team. She finds her way through, but she's denied by Morris.
And Morris is just so impressive how she gets hand to balls. Or she just makes deflections happen, or she changes a shot. Her and Turner have been big additions personally, where I think the Lynx are getting better at team defense.
Couldn't agree more, Beck. Especially Turner. She's a phenomenal defender.
And that's what she's known for in the WNBA. But it's nice to see when she comes out here, she is also more of an offensive threat.
Here is Turner this time feeding Graham. So we may see an injury there to Morris. Keep our eye on that. She's still down behind play as Soa wide open, feet set, and that is an important bucket for the Fire. Here's Amaya Morris, just looking a little sore. Get Sarah to be across that court side for us. Hopefully nothing too serious. This is a replay of the incident. Maybe just knee buckled under or a little twist.
Sometimes you don't mean to, but when bodies fall, you just get knocked by players. That's the part of sport, but hopefully it's nothing too serious and we see her come back in this game. But I'm sure she'll go to the change rooms and get looked over by the physio.
So we're into a timeout here in the second quarter. Townsville back in front by a point. They're led by 9 at quarter time. Perth led by as much as 6 here in the second quarter. But the Fire have returned fire, so to speak, as Beck and Tess, let's take a look and get to know Sarah Nakwama a little bit better. She's got some pretty impressive sporting pedigree. 4-time Super W champion. She's a star with the New South Wales Waratahs and the Wallaroos. A storied career in rugby, and we are so lucky to have her courtside at WNBL26.
We are, and I would love to know, what was your favourite championship out of all the 4? Which? You're showing off now, girl.
My apologies, girls. I was a little bit lost there. My favourite team to play for, some force. I can't doubt Perth when I'm living there. But no, I've had a lot of fun. But one of the most memorable one has to be the Barbarians. It's an invitational-only team. It's a real honour, and only a very few get the opportunity to don the black and white. So that's definitely a cool memory.
I love that, Sarah. Of course, coming to the Western Force this year from the Waratahs. Very lucky to have you courtside for us. WNBL26 as Soa adds to a tally. 14 points now. So it's a good fight back from the Fire.
And we spoke about it earlier. All she needs is a little head fake because she's such a lethal threat from the three-point shot. Perth are falling for it, and she's getting 2 feet in the paint, so she's really changing up her shots.
Soa for 3! Massive shot! Another twist in this contest so far. What a battle unfolding on Tuesday Night Hoops. Wilson for 2. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you're watching as we close out round 3 with a top-of-the-table blockbuster. So far living up to the hype. Here's Courtney Woods to Cox, pops it inside to Froling. This is where she does her best work. Just didn't get the role she was after. Wilson pulls up. It's no good. Oh, and Maley says hello to the crowd. May as well sign an autograph while you're there, Annalie.
That hustle, no other player in the league would try and get that rebound from the other side of the court, and she nearly did. She's just so impressive the way she goes after it.
and you just see Cox there looking at the ball off the ring. You need to find a body when you're on Maylee. It's not necessarily about getting the rebound yourself, but making sure she can't get a hand to it.
Townsville by 4. Soa gets the foul.
And Beck, you would know this from first-hand experience. That last finish we saw Miller take in transition, and now this tough take as well. Playing 3-on-3 has really added that strength to her finishing and her repertoire of finishes around the ring.
It has, and when you're in 3x3, physicality is probably an understatement of that game. No fouls are called, really. And what it makes you do is finish with contact. You get so used to it. Your one-on-one skills really progress, and Mila Sowa, she just has so many moves in her bag, and it's a pleasure to watch her.
Wilson working hard underneath the rim.
And Wilson's a Kangaroo teammate who's also exceptionally good at finishing around the ring.
And they've turned it over. Perth have possession with just over a minute left in the second quarter. Bailey, long range.
And the Fire went to double the point guard and just left Maylee wide open. That's what the Perth want. They want to dribble straight into threes.
She already nearly has a double-double at halftime.
Unbelievable. And Soa, 19 points. How's her first half? Is Frolling can't get it done off the glass. Soa with the rebound. Also comes up short. Spills to Turner, and now off to Wilson. Looking for the lead late here in the second quarter. Oh, Lauren Cox!
And that's exactly why she was Defensive Player of the Year last year, Beck. But I loved how that offense was unfolding. Just better defense from Lauren Cox.
And nearly kept it alive, but not quite.
And great defense, because she stayed. She waited for Alex Wilson to decide, what is she doing? What is she doing? She passed it. She recovered, and she smacked that out of there.
Plenty of juicy matchups to keep our eye on tonight. Final 25 seconds. Wilson in a milestone game. Can't get it done. Cox with a rebound.
I'd love to see a pick and roll here for Courtney Woods to finish this quarter.
See what they draw up. Olsen calling the shots. Shot clock ticking down. She goes herself, Olsen. It's no good. And what a contest we have to close out round 3 of WNBL 26. It's a top of the table clash. Perth looking to remain undefeated. But at the moment, they are a point down against last year's runner-up, the Townsville Fire, 44-43 at half-time. And what a battle it has been. Mila Soa, 19 points in the opening half against her old side. She leads the way for the Fire. Cox with 9. She knocked down her first 3 triples. And on the other side of the ledger for the Perth Lynx, Graham leading way with 10, Wilson with 10 points in a milestone game as we get courtside to Sarah.
Ali, it's your 250th game. Obviously, there's been a couple of momentum swings. What's your take so far in the first half?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job to curb the momentum they had in the first quarter. We're not doing a good enough job on Mila. She's got half their points, so we'll need to lock in on that defensively.
So is that going to be the huge focus heading into the second half? Obviously know that this Fire team, they know how to attack, but defensively, does it just need to ramp up a little bit more from the Lynx?
Yeah, I think for us it's always the defensive end that needs to get better. We can score with the best of them, but yeah, we'll need to lock down defensively on Mila in particular.
But looking forward to the second half. Get back in there and we'll see you out here.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks to Ali Wilson downstairs. What a game we've got at halftime. Just 1 point the difference. Coming up, our WNBL champions Tess Madgen and Beck Cole break down the first half of Tuesday Night Hoops. Here's Graham wide open, and another one goes down. The Lynx are rising here in the second.
Wake up, get some.
for a delicious dinner that disappears and lets you squeeze in one more story before bedtime. Pick up Latina Fresh, Australia's favourite pasta and sauce. Latina, we got the weeknight. Enjoy. Thanks. Who's that? That guy? He came to Broome in search of pearls. Rumour has it, he got stuck in the sea. You know how hot it gets at Broome. Too hot, even for beer. Then it hit him. Alcohol and ginger beer. Genius. Anyway, that's how Maxo's became famous for flavour. Maxo's on seriously good taste. At Rio Tinto, we're into anything. Into cutting-edge technology. Renewable energy. Into family. Into basketball. Into WHLs. And bringing our people home for what matters. Most importantly, into WA, the people, the places, and our future together. 'Cause I'm Gemini, would you please reveal the answers?
Check out the alliums. They'd go great with the hydrangeas below.
That's just our style.
Welcome back to Tuesday Night Hoops over in the West. A top of the table blockbuster to close out round 3 of WNBL 26. And at halftime, we've got a ball game. The Townsville Fire just 1 point ahead of the Perth Lynx, 44-43. What a contest it has been. Jess Webster with you alongside two-time WNBL champion and former Flyers captain Beck Cole and former Opals captain Tess Madgen. Beck and Tess, these are the key stats to halftime. No Alex Chipotone for Perth. They looked a little unsettled in that first quarter while Townsville came out with a point to prove.
They sure did, but all it takes is 1 quarter to settle in, travel, get the legs, not feeling as heavy. Again, Alex Wilson injected into that starting lineup. But a big key for me was just the 3-point percentage from the Townsville Fire compared to the Perth Lynx was just unmatched.
Let's take a look at some of the Hungry Jacks halftime highlights. Mila Soa, against her former side, came out with a hot hand. She put the first 5 points for Townsville on the board before Perth even got their first look, really. She was outstanding to start the second quarter. She got 19 to half-time, and they took a 9-point lead into quarter time and then pretty much trading blows in the second term. It's been a fabulous contest.
Yeah, and Perth Lynx should know how to guard Miller because she was there last season and she actually looks like she's playing for the Perth Lynx. She's out there running and gunning, scoring in transition, getting up her three. She's shooting the three ball at 60%. So I expect a lot of the focus from Ryan Petrick will be on Milasoa and how to defend her better in this second half.
How are you seeing the tactical battle unfolding between these two sides? As we take a look at the Blackmores head-to-head, Milasoa, as we mentioned, 19 points in the first half. Tegan Graham as well is going along beautifully. She's got the 12 points.
She has. She's really stepped up, impacted the game in this first half. She's shooting at 50%. She's actually taken the most shot attempts so far for the Lynx in this first half, which is a bit different, so I'll see more people injecting themselves into the game.
She famously hit 10 3-pointers in the New Zealand Division 1 game once, so she certainly knows how to get it done. So let's take a closer look at Mila Soa's shot chart. Again, 19 points, 3 from 5 from outside the three. Ali Wilson mentioned in a halftime interview they need to keep a closer eye on her. Tess, how do they shut her down?
Well, she's doing it all and they're running great offenses for her. Love how Shannon Seabourn went to her in the first play of the game and then she made that two, backed it straight up with a three-pointer, and she's just been really hard to slow down since.
Lauren Cox has announced herself on Tuesday Night Hoops. She knocked down her first 3 triple attempts and then followed up with some great defensive work late in the half. She just seems like a player, Beck, who relishes the chance to take on some of the best players that Perth have on their roster.
She really does. She said how excited she was to play against the calibre likes of Kayla George. And now she's up here playing against Bree Turner, Morris, and you see her. She's so confident now with that 3-point shot. Her shooting average wasn't as good the last few games, but what's so good? She's shooting threes now. How do you defend that? She's inside, she's outside. It makes it harder.
Cannot wait to see what unfolds in the second half. What a ball game we've got as the Townsville Fire by a point, 44-43 over the Perth Lynx. Stay with us. We've got the third quarter coming up after the break.
love it. Want some more, I'm up in my zone, I'm touching the sky, feeling the flow, and I love it.
Hey guys, it's Guess the Sport. Let's get the first one up there. It's coming on the big screen. What sport is this? Handball? Handball? Handball. Okay, we're looking in handball. Oh, correct! Yes! 1 for 1. Okay, next. Okay, Ivy, I'm going to you. What do you think that is? Oh, she's pointing. She doesn't know. Box? Boxing. Boxing. Yes, guys. Okay, we've got 2 in a row. Oh, this one's hard. It's an A and some cherries. A and cherry. R and cherry. Archery. Hey! I think I really helped you on that one. Okay, next. Water polo. Water polo. Oh, wow. Okay. I had no idea with that one. All right, last one. Here we go. Getting a lot of confused faces. I actually know this one. Come on, guys. Friday night, break dancing. Let's look at break dancing. I helped you out on that one. But appreciate break dancing. Thank you so much for playing. We're going to get back to the basketball. We've got a pop-up message for the players. Let's go. Woo, let's go.
Welcome back to the Perth High Performance Centre at half-time. It is the Townsville Fire 44 leading the Perth Lynx 43. It's been a fabulous game so far as we head courtside to Sarah, who's found a couple of stars in the crowd. Sarah, over to you.
Thanks, Jess. Yes, I certainly have found myself some stars. We have some Perth Wildcats in the building, both Joe and Dylan. Firstly, thank you so much for being here. What's your initial take on the Perth Lynx tonight?
Yeah, it's been a fun atmosphere. They do a good job in this venue, and yeah, they're playing good basketball, fast pace, and yeah, it's fun to watch.
And what about you? This is obviously your first time here in the building tonight for the Lynx. How do you reckon that this second half will go?
Yeah, I hope the Lynx pull it out. They've had a better second quarter, so hopefully they just keep building momentum into the second half.
I love that. I couldn't help but notice you brought your baby girl with you to the game tonight. How special is it to have family in the stands supporting your female counterparts?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, just starting her young, being around the game, you know, you never know what she's going to be able to do. So just kind of having her in this atmosphere with us is awesome.
I love that you brought her in. Joe, lastly to you, you are Perth born and bred. How cool is it to see so many people really getting behind the game of basketball?
Yeah, no, it's huge. The game's going at a rapid pace. So being able to be here on a weekday and seeing all these fans is pretty cool.
Well, we love to see it. Gents, thank you so much for joining me and enjoy the second half. Back to you, Jess.
Thanks so much, Sarah. Love your work. Great to see so much support for women's basketball, especially over in the West. Perth locked in a battle at halftime and trailed Townsville by a point as they try and keep that undefeated streak alive. Jess Webster with you alongside a couple of WNBL champions in Vet Cole and Tess Madgen as we get the third quarter underway.
to keep that winning streak going for the Perth Lynx, I'd love to see Amy Atwell get a little bit more involved in the offense. She's only had 4 shots in that first half, and for a shooter, that's definitely not enough. So I love to see them go to her early to start the second.
And I love the love we're getting from our NBL guys. We had Angus Glover at the Flyers versus Fire game. Then we had DJ at Adelaide versus Caps. And it's so good now that the NBL and the WNBL have come together and we're just all supporting each other. It's really cool to see.
How key is that support, Beck? Like, as we enter it, we keep saying it's a new era of women's basketball as it is, but to have that support and that more of a close relationship with NBL, just how important is that for the growth of women's basketball?
It's massive. We want more viewers watching our talented athletes, but not only are we elite at what we do in the game of basketball, we have amazing role models. So for young boys and girls to come watch us, the brand of basketball, see who we are as our personalities as athletes, it's super important. And I think that's what gets me so excited about this new era we have here at the WNBL.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Here's a look for Maylee. Can't get it to go. What are we going to get in the second half, Tess? Sort of seen both sides have their moments. As Fowler gets a look for 3. Gets it done.
No hesitation on that one, Becky. Asked for it in the first half, and I'm glad to see her shoot that one in absolute rhythm.
And I was just about to say, that just then was only her 4th shot of the game. I would love to see Fowler as well as Atwell get those shots up as we see there.
Still haven't seen a big moment from Atwell yet, but you feel it's coming. Here's Fowler working hard inside. Good rebound from Froling to Woods. This time feeds Fowler. She's lost it. Froling wins it back. They go again. But Turner says no.
How good is Turner, Tess, inside the key? She's known for that in the WNBA. She brings that here. Not only is she changing shots, but she is blocking them.
Yeah, I would prefer to see Townsville Fire get her in some pick and roll and be slashing to the basket to take those shots against Turner and make her have to defend 2 people in one action.
Sticking with your pre-game tip for the Fire, Tess?
Oh, I'm feeling a bit nervous. I do love the Perth Lynx, so it's just a great game of basketball and I'm sitting on the fence at this point.
Basketball is the winner always.
We love it. It's been a great battle. Here's Atwell for 2.
I loved her poise on that move. They have to close her out long. She's a great shooter, and so she gets on the ring, and it's great to see her get on the board for the Perth Lynx.
First points of the night. Perth closed to within 2, and they'll get possession. How about Miller? 19 points in that first half. Outstanding. Averages a 13 per game.
And it was just unreal. We saw on the shot chart, she was shooting 3-pointers, then she was getting layups, and that's what's so good. You start hitting outside shots. Now defenders have to change the way they defend you. Their closeouts are longer, freeing you up now to get easy layups.
Wilson, no good. What's it like playing against your former side? I think every player will probably approach it differently. Some get really pumped up, some maybe get nervous, the hostility that they might get. How did you guys find that experience?
I always loved it. Loved the challenge. Always circle it in the calendar.
You're a player who doesn't take a backward step back. I'm sure you loved it too.
No, I'm just competitive with board games or card games, let alone the sport I love, basketball. So like Tess said, you're highlighting it, you're circling it, you're letting anyone who will listen to you, you're letting them know that you're playing your old team.
Fire by 2.
And what's fun, though, is the talking on the court from your old teammates. It's not necessarily talking trash, but you give yourself the giggles because you have that personal jokes, and that's what we love about the game of basketball, is the relationships you make. And although I'm sure Perth aren't giggling right now because Sowa has 19 points, but maybe in the tip-off they were.
I'd love to ask you what the worst sledge is that you've received. You probably can't say it on air, so I'll let that one go by.
Oh, excellent. Excellent offensive execution from Townsville Fire.
And Fowler is so good at that. You spoke before, Tess, just slashing off-ball movement. She's always in the right spots.
Townsville by 4. They led by 9 at quarter time. They owned the first quarter. Perth hit back in the second to lead by as much as 6, but the Fire steadied late to have the noses in front at the main break. Seen a bit of everything so far tonight. Perth looking to go 4-0. Turner rolls out and tried to fool the ref. Great to see fans, so many of them, young and old.
Looks like the whole Perth Wildcats teams there. We see Higgins Titcher, we see Ben Hencher, we see the owner, Mark Arena, so it's great to see all the Wildcats players and owners getting around the Perth Lynx.
Enjoying a fabulous contest so far. Woods for 3. Can't get it done. We're hoping the Lynx can have a strong second half here. Soa, she had the hot hand in the first half and it continues here in the third.
The time and space she needs to get off a shot is almost Steph Curry-like. It is so quick.
Ali Wilson heads off to the line. Well, here's your chance to score bragging rights when you put your WNBL knowledge to the test. Scan the QR code on the screen to play the WNBL quiz. And can you beat the buzzer? So we see some claret coming then from Ali Wilson. She'll get patched up. Hopefully not any structural damage there. I'm sure that doesn't tickle.
Yeah, you hate to see that as well. Just when she was back from injury, finding her form. So I hope just a blood nose and she's back out there soon.
She gets some treatment on the bench. Let's take another look. Was it friendly fire, maybe?
I think it actually might have been from her own teammate, accidental. Lots of people going up for the rebound. Or maybe Soa's leg. It's really quite hard to tell, but hopefully she can stop the bleeding of her nose quickly because the Perth Lynx will want her out on the floor.
Absolutely. Not exactly the experience you want in your milestone game either.
Tess, do you remember that time we were playing at the Melbourne Boomers together and I broke my nose and your dad mentioned, who's that Halloween character who wears that mask on his face? Freddy Krueger. That is what your dad called me because I wore a Freddy Krueger mask against games. Peripheral vision was awful. I probably missed you on multiple layups.
No, you were balling, Beck. There was no stopping you, and that's just a classic Gene Madgen comment. I apologise profusely for my father.
He wasn't wrong, though. It was an awful face mask.
Beck Cole keeping receipts. Let's take a look at Mila Soa's night. What a night it's been. 22 points so far tonight. She's 4 from 6 from outside the arc, 100% at the line. But she started with a point to prove tonight.
And you have to remember, she's back in Townsville, but it's a new team. People might have wanted a bit more from Mila early on, but she's finding her feet. They have a lot of core players back in Ellis, Woods, Cox, Fowler as well. So it's just about finding your feet where you fit in. And then a game like tonight, even better against her previous team, you can tell she feels like she's slotted in now and she's warmed up with her teammates around her.
Here's a shot chart for tonight. And as we mentioned earlier, she's just given us a little bit of everything. 57% from the field, 67% from three-point range as well. And Ali Wilson mentioned at halftime they want to shut her down. She's added 3 points to her tally here in the third quarter, so they've done a reasonable job at that so far, Tess.
Yeah, they have. And I think I've said it a couple of times, I sound like a broken record, but I would love to see Courtney Woods a little bit more involved in the Townsville Fire offense. And then also Lucy Olsen's on the court at the moment, but when Abby Ellis is back out there as well. She had such a fantastic start to the season. It's just been a little bit quieter in the last 2 games, but it is also great to see Lucy Olsen find her feet in the WNBL.
And with Woods getting more ball, like you said, Tess, she makes 2 people come to her. So someone's going to be open if she's not having the shot.
And she just delivers Miller a beautiful pass.
That triple attempt rattles out. So what do we want to see with 6 minutes to go, Beck? We're just under 6 minutes.
I think it's all about defensive intensity, not letting either team give each other space. They're too good at shooting. I think as well, if Perth Lynx can make sure they be big in the paint, force fire to make turnovers like they just did to the Lynx then they'll be able to chip away going into the fourth quarter.
Both teams playing their second game of the round. It's be interesting to see who's got the legs deep in this contest. It's Courtney Woods. Can she inject herself? She feeds it off to Cox off the glass for 2. Double-double watch. 11 points, 7 rebounds for Lauren Cox. And a decisive block as well in that second quarter. Maley.
And with Wilson out, what's interesting right now, the Perth Lynx don't have a point guard. Not a natural one anyway. So you don't have Wilson, you don't have Chia Batoni. Who's going to really step up and make sure that the Lynx can execute the plays that they need to, get the ball where it needs to go, to make sure that they can shorten this deficit right now?
8 points is Townsville's lead. Olsen adds to that tally. It's now in double digits. As we head courtside to Sarah. Sarah, do you have an injury update for us?
Yes, I certainly do, Jess. On Ali Wilson, she obviously came off with a bit of a bleed. I do have eyes on her. It doesn't look structural. It just looks like she has a nasty cut on her nose, but she's getting some medical attention. And by all signs, considering that she's still sitting on the bench, I would assume that she'll make some sort of return, but I'll keep you updated.
Thanks so much, Sarah. Hopefully we see her back in action soon. Maley's denied.
The ball's just not moving down on the Perth Lynx, and the spacing's not great. Like you said, Beck, they are missing a point guard out there. Great defensive play from Brianna Turner there. They need to get the ball moving through hands and then look to penetrate on the ring.
Another trademark block. And they go inside and feed Morris. Great to see her back on the court after an early little incident with her knee. Woods kicks it out. Cox bounces off the rim. And they've turned it over. Great defensive work. And Soa gets infringed.
That was a smart play by Soa. Came to 2 feet. Paused, knowing Maley was on the run, probably going to try block her, and now she's going to the line for 2. So a smart play.
They missed 2. The code goes up on the screen, you put it into the app.
Let's take a look on the Amy replay. This last bit of play.
Couple stops on the first.
Very nice, she's put together Mila Soa. 22 points.
Thanks to off-road trucks.
And we saw Alex Fowler get her hand to the ball, which she does so well. She's a defensive specialist for the Townsville Fire, which ignited that fast break for Mila Soa.
She's steady at the line. Hayley Wilson still not on the floor yet for the Lynx, just off getting some treatment. Amy out well. 0 from 4 from deep tonight. This time hands it off to Graham. Cox sends it out of bounds.
Yes, she's 0 from 4, but I just don't think she's getting the right looks. A lot of the time she's getting thrown the ball at the end of the shot clock and having to force something up. I'd love to see them intentionally execute some plays for her to get some good looks. On the flip side of that, Townsville Fire are playing really good defense on her.
Townsville has it, let's take it back, Perth.
3 minutes to go in the third. Townsville led by a point at half-time. Lauren Cox for 3. Can't get it to go. There is Ali Wilson. Game number 250 tonight. What a player she's been in this competition. Fortunately, suffered a little cut to the nose. Receiving treatment, but we hope to see her back out onto the floor soon. The side needs her at the moment. Townsville in control. Ellis. Cox with the rebound. She's been important tonight. Here goes Soa. She has been on fire this time, coughs it up. So a chance for Waite. And Perth to make inroads on this deficit. Atwell lost it, regained it. Now will she go for it? She's 0 from 4. Still can't find her first triple. Ellis wide open. Froling keeps it alive. And they can reset and go again, the Fire. Ellis to Froling, it's out of bounds.
I'd love to see Ellis shoot that little mid-range jump shot.
So we head to a timeout here in the third quarter with less than 2 minutes to play. Townsville in control. They lead Perth 58-48. Jess Webster with you alongside a couple of WNBL champions and Beck Cole and Tess Madgen. Beck and Tess, put your coaches' hats on. Tess is a coach, but we can play this game, Beck. But what will the key messages be at this huddle?
I think if I'm the Townsville Fire, if Wilson isn't in, I'm telling them to pressure the point guard as much as possible, make them turn it over, make them nervous. We see a youngster coming in here now and really apply pressure. But if I'm Perth, you need to get defensive stops and you need to run. But I think better ball movement, setting really good screens for each other would be a key message.
And I think it should be a coach, Beck, because Abby Ellis got subbed into the game a couple of minutes ago just for that reason. You could tell she was really up and in on Steph Gorman, bringing the ball down the floor.
Loving the insights of our superstars Beck Cole and Tess Madgen with us in commentary tonight. It's Ali Wilson on the Perth bench at the moment. He's come off in this third quarter to receive a bit of treatment on a cut nose.
If I was a lip reader, I did not like what it looked like. She said, I'm not going to insinuate, but I really hope Ali's okay. It's just devastating with how good she was playing on the return from injury.
Absolutely. Hope maybe it's not a concussion issue or something like that. We'll get Sarah Nay Kwame, our courtside reporter, to be all over that. As play resumes here in the third.
Just behind.
Sorry, Sarah.
My apologies, Jess. Didn't mean to cut mid-call. No, I had firm ears on the Perth Lynx huddle and very firm words from Tegan Graham, just really beckoning her teammates to not watch, to defensively try and squeeze this team who have a very healthy lead on them. So defensively, the huge focus for them in the remaining 90 seconds.
Fire by 9 at quarter time, by a point at half time. So we see Froling at the line, searching for her first points. She gets one.
Ready to go again? Go!
Two from two at the line for Alicia Froling. "90 seconds for the Lynx to work with. So we see Fotu onto the floor. Here's Bree Turner. Looking for something to give them confidence heading into the last break. Natalie Maley provided. Townsville looking to make them pay. Woods looking for Froling.
That's an excellent defense from Alira Fotu.
Coming in, not giving up against the mismatch in Froling. That's so impressive.
And she's just a teenager, so to come in and have that level of strength and confidence is extremely impressive.
Yeah, just 18 years of age. Development player last year, now onto the main roster. She's a pretty handy footballer as well, guys. She's a member of the AFL Academy. As we see Turner for two.
And I think that lady right there on screen is someone who will need to step up now. With Atwell Wilson on the bench, they really need some scoring power. I would look to go at her at the elbow, get some rip drives, some pick and rolls going. She needs the ball in her hand.
She forced her into the action. Townsville by 12 as the seconds tick down to three-quarter time. Had the better of the Lynx so far. What have they got to give in the last quarter, Perth, as they look to continue their undefeated run at WNBL 26. They've got a fight on their hands tonight. Emily Maley, the 9 points. A couple of assists for her tonight. Graham still leading the way with 13 points for Perth. So we see the youngster Alira Fotu turn it over. And that'll do us to three-quarter time here at the Perth High Performance Centre. Can Perth make a comeback in the last quarter, or will Townsville get some early season bragging rights on one of their arch rivals? It is the Fire 62, leading Perth 50. We'll await an update on Ali Wilson as well after the break. Stay with us, a massive last quarter to come.
Carrie has been a long-time volunteer across multiple roles. She's been a member of the events committee for 6 years, has held down an NBL1 women's team for 4 years, and volunteered and helped at loads of wobble events. Let's give Carolyn a big round of applause, everybody. Now, you had no idea this was happening tonight, did you? No. Well, how are you finding the game so far?
Really exciting. Yep, I'm enjoying the courtside seats, so that's exciting.
Well, we love having you here. I know you just had a holiday in Vietnam. How was the holiday?
Oh, amazing, yeah.
What do you love most about Williston Basketball Club?
Oh, look, my whole family's involved in it, so the community, the family, it's just a great club to be at. Everybody gets involved, and it's a great community down there.
Well, we are a few points down. The girls can probably hear you right now. Have you got a pump-up message for them? Let's go. Let's hear it.
12 points. That's nothing. We've got a whole quarter. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. One more time. Let's do it. This is for you from Rd3. There's a gift voucher, some tickets to another game, and once again, a big thank you for everything that you do.
It's now for Rd3, role model of the game. Game on here at the Perth HPC, the Northern Star Resources home court. Lynx fans, are we ready? We're 3-0. Are we ready to go 4-0 tonight? Are we ready? I want you pumping along.
Welcome back to the Perth High Performance Centre. Will we see the last undefeated run in the WNBL 26 competition come to an end tonight? At three-quarter time, it is the Townsville Fire 62 leading the Perth Lynx 50 as we get the final quarter underway. Jess Webster with you alongside two-time WNBL champion Beck Cole, former Opals captain Tess Madgen in commentary tonight. Beck and Tess, what do Perth need to do to come back here in the last?
They need to really focus, obviously, on the defensive end and limit this person with the ball, Milisoa's impact on the game. Great start there. Everyone really locked in. And then they really need to get out and run. Obviously, they're down 12 points. And I've said it once, I've said it a million times, they need to get some really good looks for Amy Atwell.
12 points isn't a lot for Perth if they can get their offensive game going. Graham's been one of their best tonight, off to Maley. Here is Amy Atwell. Should get a good look. Under pressure, Woods. Atwell has to put it up. Great job by Maley to clean it up.
But we talk about the shots for Atwell. Look at the pressure Fire are putting on her. Guards, bigs, you name it. They're shutting it down and making her life very difficult. But Maley doing Maley things, getting rebounds and second chance opportunities, and Fowler, as always, being in the right spot at the right time for her team.
She's up to 12 points and 6 rebounds as we head courtside to Sarah for an update.
Thank you, Jess. Yes, I had ears on the Townsville Fire, and Shannon Seaborn was quite simple in his messaging, which was keep Tegan Graham and Amy Atwell opportunities to attack. And when you just look at that last play, they're being hard pressed. Conversely, for the Lynx, Ryan Petrick has advised his girls to not sit on their laurels. There is a huge gap, and they need to keep in the face of the Fire to stay in this contest.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sarah. 12 points is their lead.
I think what would help the Perth Lynx offense is their spacing. You just saw Steph Gorman and Amy Atwell basically standing side by side. They really need to get their spacing right in this last quarter.
See what they can draw up here. Atwell. Shot clock runs out, but she gets a foul. Just the 2 points for Amy Atwell tonight. 0 from 5 from three-point range. When it's not clicking for you, how do you mentally turn yourself around?
I think what Amy she would be focusing on is a gravity that she has just by being on the court. It makes the game easier for her teammates by everyone having that focus on her on the defensive end. And so I know she's not a selfish player. That's exactly what she would be thinking. And then I do love how she's mixing it up and getting on the ring. So using that pressure that Townsville Fire are applying and looking to get on the ring.
So a couple of free throws there to Amy Atwell. Keeps Perth in touching distance. Just 10 points is the difference. Still plenty of time on the clock. Ellis. Oh, I don't think Fowler was expecting it to come her way.
And most stat categories right now are pretty even. The 10 points, a lot can be put down to the 3-point percentage. You have Perth Lynx at just 23.5% compared to the Fire at 40%. So,
you're exactly right, Beck. And I think that's coming down to the offensive execution. The looks from three that Townsville Fire are getting are predominantly open compared to the ones that the Perth Lynx are getting, which are predominantly contested.
Fire win it back. Ellis go for it. She hands it off. Soa. Started brightly.
And Lynx need to make sure that they're boxing out and rebounding. With only 7.5 minutes left, you can't let Fire get second chance opportunities and put more points on the board.
Maley with a decisive block, and Woods can't get the finish. 7.5 to play. Townsville by 10. It's still in reach for Perth.
That was fantastic defensive play by Annalie Maley, and you know when she's on your team, you are never out of the game.
She's got a double-double, 11 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks for Annalie Maley. She's doing everything she can to get her side over the line tonight. Here goes Turner, working on Fowler. Can't get it done. That might be a Perth ball. Brie Turner's had huge impact since coming across from Adelaide.
Yeah, I think this style of play really does suit Brie Turner. She can contest shots at the ring on the defensive end. And then she's such a great slasher to the basket and is often cleaning up on the offensive glass, but also great in the pick and roll as well. And she's also leading the Perth Lynx in assists with 5 tonight. So she's often in that facilitating position, passing the ball to the slashing cutters as well.
She's pick number 11 in the 2019 WNBA draft to Atlanta before moving to Phoenix. Was part of the all-rookie team in 2019 in her first year, and was also a 2-time WNBA all-defensive first team. Plenty of class is Brie Turner. Still got 5 players in double digits, the Lynx tonight. So Graham leading the way with 13. Maley, the 11. Turner and Wilson, 10 each. Wilson currently off the floor, so we don't think we're going to see Ali Wilson back tonight.
Which is a shame. Obviously, she's such a key part to this team. She just came back from injury the last game against Geelong Venom, and to see her out, hopefully it's nothing too serious. We love to see her back on the court, but yeah, Perth Lynx just don't have a point guard right now, and at times it is showing.
So 24 points for her tonight. Woods, and here's an opportunity. Great defensive work from Atwell.
And that's great. That's the pressure, the deflections that the Lynx need. They still have 7 minutes. It's only a 10-point difference. If they can get some stops and then execute down the other end of the floor, they're right in this game.
Oh, they've gifted it right back to Townsville. It's unfortunate. A few tired bodies out there, and I think both these sides playing their second game in the round. As we head courtside to Sarah. Sarah, any news on Ali Wilson?
Yes, Jess, it has been confirmed that Ali Wilson, in fact, will not return to the court tonight. It is yet to be confirmed the extent of the gush on her nose, but as far as we're concerned, she will not, again, be returning to the court tonight.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sarah. What an unfortunate end to a milestone game. Number 250 tonight, Ali Wilson, there she is. As Maylee keeps the Lynx alive. Now, she'll be disappointed to sit out this one, Ali Wilson. But 250 games is an incredible achievement. I look forward to seeing plenty more from Ali. Townsville holding on to a 10-point lead. Woods, long range. Doesn't get the roll she wants. Look at Mila Soa fighting to the death. 24 points for her tonight. 5 rebounds. 2 assists, 2 steals as well.
And that's a great defense by the Lynx, but they just need to reward themselves and box out at the end so then they're not giving second chance opportunities to the Fire.
As we head to a timeout here in the last quarter, 6 minutes left. It's still a 10-point lead. This game is far from over, but at the moment it's just kind of hard to see how Perth can get themselves, I guess, get their energy and their flow going and get the momentum, because Townsville have all the answers. Make sure you are downloading the free WNBL app to catch every score, story and stat. It's the fastest way to stay courtside with the WNBL. Scan the QR code now. So Townsville get over the line. There's still plenty of time left here, Beck and Tess. Again, we see more pictures of Ali Wilson on the bench. But I think it makes the competition even closer. This is the final match of round 3. It's really hard to pick a contender. I mean, Townsville are probably the pre-season championship contenders. Perth are the ones undefeated at the moment. But I don't know, I reckon it's just gotten a whole lot closer.
I think on any given night, any team can beat anyone. And I think we might have said, you know, Townsville Fire, UC Capitals. But it just shows the Flyers beat the Fire. The UC Caps had lost to Adelaide Lightning. And it just shows the talent that we have. And also teams are still finding their feet. It's round 3. They've only played 2 or 3 games each. It's going to be tit for tat. People are still finding their rhythm, their flows, their schemes. So this is what's so exciting about the league, is you never know what you're going to get right now.
It's a big opportunity for the Fire to set themselves up for the season. They beat Bendigo round 1, UC round 2. They lost to the Flyers on Friday night. As Soa adds to a tally. If they can get over the line tonight, next week is their 5th away game in a row against Geelong before they return home against Adelaide in round 5. As you see Maylee knock down a big triple. That might be the spark that Perth are after.
And Maylee's just injected so much energy in this second half, especially this quarter. And you can tell her team is really feeding off it. So credit to Maylee, just doing it on both ends of the floor.
Soa comes up short. So they've got the margin to within single figures here, Perth.
No, that's so fine.
5 minutes to go. What do they got? Can Amy Atwell get on the board? Not quite. From 3-point range. 0 from 6. It just takes 1, you reckon? Cox misfires. It just takes 1 triple from Amy Atwell, I reckon. And then she'll think to herself, I'm back. Maylee makes a move.
Lauren Cox is on triple-double watch for blocks. That is her 6th block of the game. She needs 1 more rebound, 4 more blocks. Let's go.
You'd love to see it. She's had some kind of night. Woods finds a way through.
It's the only time I'm asking for an invitation to a block party.
5 by 11. And win back possession. As we take a look on the Amy replay of Annalie Maley's 3-pointer a couple of moments ago.
And a good read off the pick and roll. Her defender got stuck on the screen. We see Woods on the floor, and she had that open opportunity, and she's letting them know that she made that 3.
16 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks as well. Annalie Maley. We head to another timeout here in the last. Townsville by 11. So they're led by 9 at quarter time. They really set the tone for tonight's top of the table blockbuster. Perth drew to within 1 at half-time, and then the Fire just managed to keep this little buffer for the majority of the second half. 5 players for the Lynx on double figures, led by Annalie Maley. Mila Soa, she is averaging 13 points per game. She had a season high of 18 in their 35-point win against UC. She's just been dominant tonight with 26. She had 19 at half-time, so Perth have done pretty well in the second half to limit her influence somewhat. But as we know, when you play Townsville, you shut one player out, another one will bob up.
Yeah, and we haven't spoken about her tonight yet. Chantel, Horvat, I'm sure you're watching this game at home, but I was really intrigued to see who was going to step up off the bench for the Townsville Fire tonight. She's been having a phenomenal start to the season, Ben.
She's been incredible. I had a chat with her last week, and she was coming off an injury. She took time in the off-season to prepare her body, so it's awful to see that she is out. And Lucy Olsen with a very impactful 3-point shot in this time of the game. But Chantel Horvat was offering so much for the Fire on both offense and defense. And we've seen Maley, she's just getting it going in this 4th quarter. And the Fire are going to miss her, so we hope she's not out for too long, Chantel Horvat.
Yeah, she got a little bit of a wrist injury that she picked up in their last match against the Flyers on Friday night. But prior to that, as you mentioned, 20 points, 9 rebounds in their big win against the Caps. Soa for 3. It's no good, but the rebound goes to Fowler. Townsville looking to put their foot down. Woods can't convert. So what have Perth got in the final 3 minutes? 12 points is the deficit. Maley gets fouled. She is carrying this team on her shoulders at the moment. 18 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks. She's doing everything she can.
And I don't know if Maley took this upon herself or Ryan Petrick came up with this idea, but I quite like seeing Maley bring up the ball. She can handle the ball with a guard, and seeing her get that brush screen from Morris. She's faster than most other 4-men, so she's on fire right now. Get her the ball. I love seeing her coming off screens in that top middle pick roll.
Keeps aside in it. 9 points. Fire work it to Woods. Now they look for Cox. And she's coughed it up. Is this the momentum shift? What can Maley do?
Oh, there's nothing.
Lauren Cox says, "Thou shalt not pass." Another block.
Oh, great.
And then they convert at the other end.
She just sees the floor so well. And I was harping on it, but Townsville Fire have really put the ball in her hands in this second half. And you can see why. She always makes such a good decision.
Graham out to Gorman. Oh, good rebounding and conversion there from Turner. Her numbers tonight, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Two minutes to go. Beck and Tess, can the Fire hold on? Yes or no?
Not if Annalie Maley has something to say about it.
And Perth Lynx, they have right now this...
Oh, that's massive in the context of the game from Steph Gorman.
That will feel good for Gorman coming back into the game. But what Perth have right now on their side is 3 games that they've been able to close out. And that is a skill that not many other teams have shown just yet. So it'll be interesting coming down to the wire. What can they do? It is now a 6-point game after that dagger from Gorman.
That was huge. And you can see the bench erupt. They know how important that was from Steph Gorman. 6 points. A minute 47 on the clock, and we're in a timeout. What do you think the messages are at the moment, Beck and Tess?
I think Shannon will be looking to use all 24 seconds of this shot clock with this play, and I expect to see Ryan junk up the defense, so give them a different look that they haven't seen so far. If I was Shannon, I'd be running probably a 2-person game with Lauren Cox and Courtney Woods. And then if I was Ryan, I would be getting the ball in Annalie Maley's hands.
So here we go, a minute 47 left. Perth have only led at a short stage in the second quarter. They haven't had much time in front. But it only matters when that final siren goes. So here we go. We're in for a huge finish here. Can Perth get it done, or will Townsville hold on? It starts here with their defense. A little gap for Fowler. She drives hard and gets the roll. 16.7 rebounds. Alex Fowler tonight. Maley's been doing everything for the Lynx. Just misses that attempt. Is there time?
You never want to say never, but it's looking... Whoa, as they get a turnover there. Great defensive pressure from Annalie Maley. They need to get a quick shot up here, preferably a 3-point shot, and then run that press that they just ran out of the timeout, which was very successful.
Oh, an opportunity gone missing for Turner. And it'll be a Townsville ball. Are you cup half full or cup half empty, Beck?
I think Townsville, for a whole minute, might just have the edge up on this one. They're also a talented team that they know how to look after the ball in situations like this from previous seasons. And they've played together a lot before. Who's on right now?
Great to have the insights of 2-time WNBL champion Beck Cole, former Opals captain Tess Madgen with us in commentary tonight. Townsville by 8. Woods up and in. Makes life very difficult now for the Lynx.
And you're right, Tess, get it in Wood's hand. How did she even make that shot? She's so good with her body control up against a defender getting to the rim.
They'll need something pretty special now, the Lynx. Turner's 3-point attempt wobbles out. So they're in the middle of a 5-game road trip, the Townsville Fire. They'll head to face Geelong next week, you would think, with a 3-1 record. And they've bounced back from a 6-point loss to the Flyers on Friday night. Perth, who've largely been without Ali Wilson in this second half. Just found it tough to wrestle any kind of momentum away from the Fire. Been a professional performance from them so far.
And Tess, do you think maybe the Fire, their start that they had in the first quarter, it was just always Lynx trying to catch up?
100%. They had we knew they were going to come out firing, and they did, and I think that did take the Perth Lynx probably a whole quarter to settle into the game, and that's what they ended up winning by. I think the margin was 10 at quarter time, and they win the game by 9 points.
So the Townsville Fire, they went deep into enemy territory, and the last undefeated run in WNBL26 comes to an end as the Townsville Fire beat the Perth Lynx 79-70, a wonderful performance from last year's runner-up as they bounce back from a loss against the Flyers on Friday night. Mila Soa was sensational tonight in her first game against her old side. 26 points, 7 rebounds, a couple of assists as well. Lauren Cox was immense. There she's on screen, 11 points, 12 rebounds, 7 blocks for Lauren Cox tonight. She certainly bought her own block party here. Over in the West, this Townsville Fire lineup, are they the team to beat? What has so far been an incredibly close WNBL 26. The final match of round 3, Townsville by 9. Well, you could tell from the opening tip-off, Beck and Tess, they came here with a point to prove. They scouted their opposition and they executed beautifully.
They really did. Even though Perth were undermanned with Chia Batoni out, losing Ali Wilson in that second half, you still have to give credit to Townsville going back to the drawing board after losing to Flyers and executing their schemes on offense and defense. Their defense was incredible. They held Perth to 70 points tonight.
Yeah, they did do a phenomenal job, and the looks that they were getting on offense were just so much cleaner, so much crisper. The ball was moving through hands, and they were really picking the defense apart. Huge credit to the Perth Lynx, though, for mixing things up at the defensive end as well.
Well, our player of the game, none other than Mila Soa, playing against her old side for the first time. 26 points, as we mentioned, and she is courtside with Sarah Nakwama.
Mila, congratulations firstly on the win. You're also tonight's player of the match. What is your initial reaction to that huge performance from the Fire?
Yeah, I think that was, it was a bit of a scrappy game, but I think, you know, we just fought to the end, and I think that's ultimately what got us the win. But yeah, really happy with the win, yeah.
It's no small feat coming back to your old club and putting on a performance like that. You were the first point scorer of the game as well. Did you feel like straight from tip-off you were in it fully?
Yeah, I think, yeah, you know what, I was like, you know, I know these guys and wanted to have a good game. So, yeah, came out and the girls, you know, they found me and I think we played really well, yeah.
Talk about the momentum shifts, because in the first quarter, you guys were firing, pun intended. Second quarter comes around, Lynx also puts in a bit of performance. What was the chat at halftime to really seal the win in the end?
Yeah, I think, you know, that's classic Perth. They go on runs and so do we. So I think it's just about staying level-headed, and we just knew we'd have to keep just chipping away and doing what we do. But, yeah, halftime chat was just, we've got to keep it up, got to keep pushing the pressure, yep.
Well, you certainly did right to the very end. And just lastly, we've obviously spoken about how this is a huge road run for you guys. You obviously were in Melbourne, you're now in Perth, and then you're going to return to Geelong. How are you feeling, and are you just enthused to really go again, knowing that you guys can bounce back from a loss and put on a performance like you did tonight?
Yeah, I think, you know, kind of like the game momentum. We've got momentum now, so we just need to bring that on to Geelong. Yeah, a bit of a long road trip, but yeah, it's about team bonding as well. You know, chemistry off the court translates on the court. So, yeah, we'll get some bonding in, get a few flights, a bit of a drive, and then go again, yeah.
Well, Mil, it was an absolute pleasure to watch you recover well, and safe travels to Geelong.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks to Mila and Sarah.
Cheers, yes, over to you.
Well, from Bendigo to the Caps, or to Canberra, to Melbourne, to Perth, they head to Geelong next week to Townsville Fire, but Beck Holt, Tess Madgen, let's have a look at some of Mila Soa's highlights from tonight. She really was sensational from the opening second.
She was great beyond the arc with multiple three-point shots. She was on fire, and then we see there, because she was such a threat from outside, then she gets and goes to make easy baskets at the ring. But she was definitely the impact from the get-go that got the Fire going.
She's playing in her 5th WNBL season at the moment as you take a look at some of her stats. And you can really start to see Tess the growth in her game now. She's well established in this competition. She was one of Townsville's big recruits this season, and we're really starting to see a player hit her peak.
Absolutely, and she was a very heavily sought after player in the off season, so huge that Townsville Fire did land her. And I think, like you said, like Bex mentioned multiple times tonight, that it was going to take her a little bit of time to settle into this Townsville Fire team. They have a very strong core returning from last season, and you can see tonight where she fits in, how much of an impact she is going to play for this Townsville Fire team for the rest of the season.
Well, she was impactful at the offensive end. Her partner in crime in the defensive end, Lauren Cox, had 11 defensive rebounds, 7 blocks as she's caught side with Sarah.
Lauren, congratulations on the win. What's your initial reaction personally to your own performance, because defensively you put in a hell of a shift?
Yeah, I think I'm still trying to find my way in this season. First couple of games were a little rough, but I felt more like myself today.
You certainly looked like yourself out there. Just a quick word on Mila Sola. Obviously, she was just incredible from the first whistle. What is it like having someone like that in your team? Well, obviously, she came into tonight with a lot of pressure on her shoulders, but man, she delivered.
Yeah, she was great tonight, and we really needed that. She brought a lot of energy. When you're hot, and she was a hot hand tonight, and we just kept feeding her.
I love that. Just looking at Geelong, obviously, that's the next task for you guys. Obviously, this is a huge comeback, and this is the momentum that you need. How promising is it for the group knowing that you can have a result like that on Friday night, but quickly turn it around?
Yeah, I think we learned a lot from that game on Friday night, and we worked really hard these past few days here in Perth, and it's good to see a win up there.
Well, it was an absolute spectacle to watch today. Recover well, all the best against Geelong, and we look forward to seeing Fire more in action.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, Lauren.
Great stuff, Sarah and Lauren. Well, she was a WNBL's Defensive Player of the Year last year, Beck, and she certainly showed us why tonight.
She showed up and showed out. She was hitting 3-pointers when she first got on the floor, but then not only was she doing it on offense, she was doing it on defense with 7 blocks. I actually want to know, what is the record for the most amount of blocks in one game?
I reckon I know someone who knows the answer to that question, so I might fire off a quick text. But she knocked down her first 3 triples. And then, yeah, defensively, she was just outstanding tonight. Alex Fowler as well. Tess, you really liked the game?
Yeah, I love Alex Fowler. She does all the little things. She's been doing all the little things for the whole season, and they just go unnoticed. She's always on the best player on the other team. Her hustle, her effort, her energy, the way she's always in the right spot at the right time. She's just the ultimate teammate and someone you just really, really want to play with.
And your pre-game tip came to fruition, Tess. You must be happy about that.
You know, basketball's a winner tonight, like Beck said. It was always going to be a hard-fought game. 2 teams with very different styles. And, you know, on any given night, any team can beat anyone.
Oh, I love to see the love is still there between Annalie Maley and Mila Soa, of course, the former teammates, having a little moment. You love to see this. We are a big community here in the WNBL, so nice to see Annalie Maley has still got a smile on her face after Mila destroyed them tonight with 26 points, but still plenty more to come after the break. Stay with us. Townsville by 9 over Perth. time here at the Perth High Performance Centre. The Townsville Fire, they went deep into enemy territory, but they got the job done tonight in Tuesday night hoops to close out round 3 of the WNBL competition. They beat the Lynx by 9 to end Perth's undefeated run to start the season. It means there are no undefeated teams left in the competition at the end of round 3. Just Webster with you alongside a couple of WNBL champions in Beck Cole and Tess Madgen. And courtside for us tonight is Sarah Naquama, and she is with a very, very happy Townsville coach, Shannon Seaborn.
Shannon, congratulations on the win. What a huge effort from your team. What's your initial feeling?
Oh, it was a tough game. It was a scrappy game. You know, we were a little unsure how many minutes people were going to play for them, and obviously with Chibatoni being out, there was going to be some different lineups on the floor. But you know, so we probably found it tricky to match up at stages with some of the size differences and that sort of thing. But you know, we had a tough loss the other night, so I'm really happy that we bounced back.
When we spoke pre-game, you said defence would be a huge focus for your group. At times it ebbed and flowed, but you would be pretty satisfied with that overall performance defensively.
Yeah, definitely. I think at stages we guarded really well. I thought the first 5 minutes of the game was great, and then we sort of dropped off in the second quarter for a significant amount of time, and you know, found that again in the third quarter after halftime. So I think those two patches were probably the difference in the game. So you know, we've got a lot of stuff to figure out right now and learn, and you know, we know that's going to be part of the process this year. So hopefully we can continue to learn every game and just get that little bit better each week.
Narrow loss last week, but then you come here to Perth in front of a home crowd and put on a pretty strong performance. What do you credit that to?
Oh, just a resilient group. You know, we knew we had to respond. We had a tough night the other day against Southside. We weren't happy with how we played, and you know, credit to the girls. We came out and got a hot start. I thought we executed well in the first 5 minutes, and that kind of set us up. So, you know, as I said, hopefully we keep improving, but really happy to get the win.
Speaking of hot starts, Mila Sowa was absolutely formidable tonight. What's your take on her and just the way that she was able to perform, considering that this is old home territory for her?
Oh, she's awesome, you know, and we want her to come out and play her game and be aggressive. And, you know, I think she's come here to, you know, to learn to be a well-rounded player. And tonight she had the offense go and she was able to score it. But I also thought she did a great job defensively. So, you know, really happy to have her on our team. And as I said, can't wait to see what this group can do as we work through it.
As we turn our sights now to Geelong, what will be the key focuses that you'll take from tonight, knowing that the girls were able to deliver?
Oh, look, I mean, they've been playing really well as well, Geelong. They've had some narrow losses, and they took Perth all the way the other day. So, obviously, they've got Mackenzie Holmes, who's been really great inside, but they've got a lot of other really good players as well. So, you know, now we finish this game, I'll start to look at the scout for that, and we'll head to Geelong tomorrow and get ready for that one.
Well, as always, you've been so generous with your time tonight. I wish you and the team all the best and safe travels back to Victoria.
No worries. Thanks very much. Thanks.
A great interview, Sarah, and a very, very happy coach in Seabomb there as well for the Townsville Fire, who are now in first position on the ladder. And this is how close the competition is, Tess, because your mob, the Adelaide Lightning, they get their first win and they're up to 5th.
Yeah, it's incredible. Look how tight that ladder is, and anyone can beat anyone and move so significantly up that ladder.
So these are the second half highlights. We were singing the praises of Lauren Cox earlier. Beck, you posed a question. I wonder what the record number of blocks is in a single game. I have the answer because the WNBL encyclopedia Megan Huswaite has just texted in. So I'm going to fire a little quiz question to the both of you. See if you can guess the player. A veteran of the comp, a superstar. She's still playing. Can you throw a name at us?
Hold on. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. 2009, she was playing for Canberra. She had 13 blocks. Wow. I should have given you a bonus question. A bonus question. But she had 7 tonight. She was outstanding along with 11 points as well, including knocking down her first 3 triple attempts. But a question to both of you on Perth. No Alex Chibatoni tonight. They missed Ali Wilson, who unfortunately copped a knock to the face. She was missing for most of the second half. Do they kind of mark this game down as, oh, look, we had a couple of outs, or do they have to look at the tape a lot during the week?
I think it's a bit of both. Yes, you were undermanned, but also you don't know how long players are going to be out for. There's going to be different matchups all the time on the floor, whether that be fouls, who's playing. So for them, they'll go back to the drawing board. It's okay. That was their first loss, and they'll really grow from this game.
So what a performance it was from the Townsville Fire tonight. They beat Perth Lynx by 9 points, and the last undefeated run in the WNBL competition comes to an end. On behalf of myself Jess Webster, Beck Cole, Tess Madgen and Sarah Naquama courtside. We hope you enjoyed the coverage and we'll see you again soon. Good night.